Welcome back. You are still tuned into the Cape Town Daily. Now, this is the part of the show in which we bring you stories about entertainment, arts and culture, as well as businesses and entrepreneurs. Today, education remains a pivotal factor in any society to overcome socio-economic issues and to successfully build a functional and developed nation. Creative arts such as drama, dance, music, writing, poetry, and storytelling can be integrated across all subjects, including enhancing a child's character development. Too often, arts education is marginalized in schools. Stephanie P. chatted to head of creative arts at the Rustenburg Girls Junior School, Hendrik Marais, on the importance and influence of arts in a child's life. Let's have a look.
Creative arts aims to be a holistic approach when it comes to individuals. A lot of people find freedom expressing themselves when it comes to arts and creativity. Now the Rustenburg School Junior School will be hosting their second annual Creative Arts Virtual Conference. And to tell me more, I'm joined by Mr. Hendrik Marais, who is the Creative Arts Head at the school. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Definitely. As we start the interview, can you tell me how the idea of such a conference virtually came about?
I think the original idea started pre-COVID time, and then after a discussion with some of the subject advisors and the curriculum advisors at the department, we've realized during COVID a lot of schools have decided to opt actually to only teach core subjects. Something that you can understand, because we must remember as generalist teachers, that's the people that's really teaching the arts in our primary schools exceptionally. And for us it was very worrying to hear that up to 720 schools can just decide not to present the arts as a subject anymore because of time constraints, the fact that there was such a lot of loss in learning that they had to take that and push that time towards maths, the languages. So there was that idea to get something as Rustenburg out to the community, to a wider community, and then suddenly it became a national drive. To say we want to show that as a school we acknowledge the fact that we've got a wonderful 128-year history of excellence in whatever we would like to do with our girls, but it's also because of what they were exposed to in the arts. That's why we can excel on that platform. So as a school it was very important for us to find a way that we can contribute to the rest of education in South Africa, to the bigger picture. And I think the Creative Arts Conference became that tool to say we would like to give teachers the tools. We want to get them excited again to provide quality creative arts education for every child in every school. It can't just be in our privileged environments that people get exposed to that.
And like you mentioned, sometimes other core subjects like maths and English, they often take the forefront when it comes to the curriculum and learning. But what would you say an art subject, what significance does that have in a child's life, especially when they're growing up?
I think if I hear that word significance, I get so excited to talk about that, because clearly last year we started the conference and that was still just to get people excited and give the tools. Suddenly this year it's becoming that drive to say we need to show why the arts can support the core subjects. And there's nationally a huge drive to say we want to take away time from the arts to push it into the core subjects. That I can't deny, because the core subjects are extremely important. My role has changed now. I need to show how it's possible to do arts integration, to integrate the subject into everything else, into the core work. And I think it's asking for a new angle to look at education. There's a lot to be said about changes in the system, in education system. I personally do not want to believe you need to change education. I think you need to see everything as one unit and use that unit to teach and to bring across whatever you need to do.
Now the idea of this conference sounds exciting. What will it showcase and who can attend this conference?
Yes, so the conference is a two-day virtual event that we will host on the 9th and the 10th of September this year. And the conference is really for every single teacher from grade R. Last year it was up till grade 9. This year we extend to say up till grade 12. Teachers that's teaching any form of the arts in their schools. And it's to provide them with that tools to say we can integrate, we can combine forces to strengthen the learning and to get our learners excited about taking new content on board.
Wow, and like you mentioned, it's all about integrating arts into the core functions of the school and subjects. So when teachers and students attend the conference, how can they benefit and find roles and key roles that they can take forward with them?
I think the biggest benefit, of course, is networking. The strength for us will lie in network. And I can tell you, last year we saw that as well. The excitement that people realize you are with 2,000 like-minded people on the same platform, that is when the real learning starts. No university can teach a teacher that. It's the network that you get with people with real experiences. So the conference must show best practice, good practice as well. It must get teachers excited to go back after the 2 days and implement.
Wow.
I think this year is going to be the drive to say we want to get fully integrated, to get that respect for the arts, to say how can we think language is standing separately from the art forms, whether it's music, dance, drama, all of those aspects can be incorporated as part of the language development. All of those concepts can be part of maths teaching. Because music, for example, is about pattern recognition. Pattern recognition is the core business of maths. So you can find shorter cuts to get people engaged and children engaged in their learning. And I think that's a big struggle for teachers to maintain the engagement from every child.
Definitely. And when we speak about creative arts, it could be an umbrella figure. It could be a lot of things that fall under creative arts. So what does this encompass when it comes to schooling? Like you mentioned, it's like finding patterns to incorporate maybe with maths or English. So what is the specific conference that incorporate in terms of arts?
I think the whole inclusion is a big thing for us with the arts. But clearly we want children to have real life experiences through music, dance, drama, and visual arts included as well. And the moment you make it a real life experience, I can tell you from personal experience as well, that's when someone starts remembering. And that is actually when you can start thinking as an individual, everyone gets their place to excel. And more important now than ever before is to give children that moment where they can experience success. Every child is not supposed to be the next mathematician. You need to find somewhere in the curriculum space for that child to experience success. I think it will be sad to go through a school system of 12 years, 14 years.
Not remembering anything.
Not remembering everything. And I see a lot of people walking around with that experiences.
Wow.
So clearly we did fail a lot by making it alive and bringing the content forward.
Lastly, before I let you go, where can people get a hold of tickets if they want to be part of this conference? I mean, there's a lot that one can learn essentially from this conference. So where can they go to find and how can they get involved?
Yes, so I will first need to tell you, I think as a creative arts teacher myself, I do believe that creative arts people do need to dream about the nice to haves as well. Even if you do not implement it straight away on the Monday, but it's giving you that room to expand what you need to do. For the conference, I think the easiest way for me to say at this stage is to say you can just type into Google the normal search and do Creative Arts Conference. It will throw it out. The email address of the conference is CAC, Creative Arts Conference, at RGJS. .org.za. For me, I think it's the easiest thing to do, the Google one. The conference is at 150 Rand a person for the 2-day virtual event, but it's not stopping there. You will see on the website of the conference as well, there's tickets that can be sponsored, and it's an option for people to do. We really are striving to give access to everyone in the country and to every teacher.
Beautiful. So if you want to be part of this 2-day virtual conference running from the 9th and the 10th of September, do go and check out on Google. You can type in Rustenburg or Creative Arts Conference and you will find the website where you can purchase tickets and learn essentially a new way to help integrate creative arts into learning, something that I believe will be a continuation